If you've already caught yourself thinking, I'll just enjoy the holidays now and deal with the damage later, this episode is for you. Today's episode features my assistant coach, Courtney, and she is leading a training on mindful eating over the holidays. And before you completely tune out, because that phrase sometimes gets lumped in with things like cutting out foods, rules, just being like hyper aware. Let me reassure you that's not what this is. Our approach to the holidays is practical, compassionate, and rooted in real life. This is the kind of guidance that's going to work whether you are navigating family dinners, office parties, travel days, or just eating leftovers straight out of the fridge between obligations. Welcome to the Fitness Simplified podcast. I'm Brooke Davis, women's functional nutritionist and fitness specialist with Elysian Women's Wellness, and I'm here to simplify your fitness. Today's episode is all about learning how to really stay connected to your body during a season that tends to pull us out of it. And this isn't necessarily by being perfect, but just by being present. So Courtney will be talking about how to really recognize hunger and fullness without totally overthinking it, how to enjoy foods that you love without the guilt or the spiral that can sometimes follow that, and then how to break that cycle of restricting food during the day or, the day after parties, overeating at night, things like that. Courtney also is going to walk you through things like stress, emotions, expectations, and how they actually influence your food choices and eating this time of year, and what you can do instead of just defaulting to autopilot or what you've always done that maybe hasn't gotten you the results that you want. This training is for the woman who wants to enjoy the holidays fully, feel good in her body, and stop treating January as the reset button for damage control. This is about building trust with yourself around food, even when you're completely out of your routine, so that you can move into the new year feeling grounded instead of behind and like you have a ton of catching up to do. So let's get into Courtney's training on mindful eating over the holidays.
Hello, everybody. This is your opportunity, if you haven't already, to fill up your water, go grab it, take a couple sips, sip on it while I'm talking. Today, I'm going to be chit-chatting with you guys about mindful eating with holiday events. We are in the middle of holiday season. And I'm sure all of you would raise your hands if I said quick show of hands, but I can't see you. So maybe raise your hands in the comments. If you've ever gone to an event saying, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good, I promise. And then suddenly you're standing in the kitchen holding a cookie like you just blacked out. You're not broken. You're not weak. Holiday food is designed to be tempting. It's designed to trigger that like endorphin rush. It's nostalgic. It's social. It's everywhere. And it's tied to emotion. This is what we have, with a lot of social events is that food is tied with the social aspect of things and the emotion of things. So we're going to dive into mindful eating during the holidays and how to counteract that holiday sweet treat blackout. So mindful eating doesn't mean eating perfectly. Let's dive into that first. It means that you're in the driver's seat instead of the food driving you. Okay. During the holidays, what usually derails people isn't just one meal, because one meal is one day even is one out of 365 days. That's less than 1% of your year. That's like 0.3% or something like that. And so one meal, one day is not what derails people. What typically derails people is when we, throughout the holiday season, go in hungry and stressed to events, when we're eating while distracted, when we have that all or nothing mindset that we've talked about so many times where, I already messed up, I might as well just keep going the way it's going. Or I'm going to throw away the whole month of December and wait till January to start my goals and be a month behind, essentially. You could have started today, right? And you would be, how many days do we have left? 25, that's bad math. 15 days ahead of your goals. So all or nothing thinking and letting the event decide for you instead of you deciding for you what you're going to do. So mindful eating is basically the skill of staying connected to your body, even when the environment is loud, busy, and full of delicious holiday options. Okay. People go into holiday events without a game plan, essentially. And that's how you let the event decide for you what you're going to do. But the best course of action is setting a game plan before you go. And here's why you need a game plan, right? So this is why it matters. When you don't plan, you default to your mood, your stress level, what's easiest in the moment. And at holiday events, your brain is getting hit with a lot of cues like social pressure. Try this, drink this, whatever. Hyper palatable foods, like there's lots of sugar, lots of salt, lots of fat, all the things that is made to cause our body to have cravings. And there's also a lot of distractions. There's kids running around being crazy because they're hyped up on sugar. There's talking, there's noises, there's drinks, there's other things that you wouldn't typically keep in your home, other trigger foods or something like that maybe you've been avoiding, but now they're totally available to you. So your willpower isn't weak in these events. Your environment is just really strong. That trigger environment is really strong. So a game plan isn't a restriction, it's a support. It's you deciding ahead of time, how do I want to feel when I leave this event? So something you can say out loud to yourself is, before you go, you ask yourself, how do I want to feel when I leave? What does success look like tonight? Not perfection, but success. Let's talk about like 5 actionable things that you can think about when you're creating your mindful holiday game plan. Number 1 is decide your win before you walk in. Pick one win. Some examples of this will be, I'm going to enjoy dessert mindfully and stop when I'm satisfied. So I'm going to have 1 slice of pie instead of 3. I'm going to split. I want to have 2 different kinds of cookies. So I'm going to split the cookie with my partner or my friend, and we'll each have half. So really, we've only had 1 cookie, but we got to try both. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to build a balanced plate first. So I'm going to make half my plate veggie, 1/4 of my plate carb, and 1/4 of my plate protein. I'm going to eat that balanced plate, and then I'll worry about all the extras. I'm going to have 2 drinks max, and I'm going to drink water in between. That's a great one. I'm going to leave feeling proud of myself and not stuffed. I'm going to eat to 80%. So 1 win, a clear target that you can check off, and then there's less chaos to decide what you're going to do in the moment. So number 2, don't go to these holiday events hungry. You need a fuel buffer is what I call it. So if you show up starving, you're not going to make good choices. You're reacting to your hunger at that point. So having a quick buffer snack, like an hour to an hour and a half before, that's really loaded up on protein. Greek yogurt, a protein shake, a turkey roll up, leftover protein that you have in your fridge from your meal prep. This keeps your hunger at a manageable level, so that you can actually be mindful when you go into this event. Building a balanced plate first. Let's circle back to that one. That can be a really big factor and is number 3 in your game plan. So then you choose your fun foods after your balanced plate, essentially. So my favorite rule is first plate is the foundation and the second plate is optional. So your foundation plate, again, balanced is a balanced plate. It has the vegetable, if available, and something that you can kind of do to make sure it's available is to bring the vegetable. I always offer, can I bring a bag salad? Can I bring casserole? Something along those lines, right? So there's a vegetable on your plate. There's protein. Again, protein is going to help you with fullness, satiation. And then you pick like a quick holiday carb. This can be one you like actually care about because let's face it, some foods are just like worth it. You know what I mean? And that can be your little carb treat. 50% veggie, 25% protein, 25% carb. You eat this balanced plate. And then you slow down. You use the pause. It's the simplest mindful eating tool. You take like a couple deep breaths before you start eating. You put your fork down between bites. You sip water in between and you check in halfway. Like, am I full? Am I hungry? Or am I just enjoying this taste? After your first plate, that's when you decide, hey, do I want to go back for a little something extra? You can still enjoy this food and be stopped at satisfied. You can pick a little sweet treat for your second plate or whatever and still be satisfied. So the last kind of part that you can add to your holiday game plan is using boundaries for pushy food pushers, because I know that that's a big thing on holiday events, and alcohol pushers. Like someone always seems to say, are you not eating? Like just have some more, have one drink. Like what does it matter? Whatever. You don't need to give them a speech. You don't need to justify. Like in all of time, no has been a full sentence. No is a full sentence. And I know for you people pleasers out there, if you're like me, you really struggle with no being a full sentence. It is. You don't have to give them an explanation, but you can say something like, it's so good. I'm just pacing myself so I can really enjoy it. Or I'm going to grab some more later. Or I'm good right now, but thank you. And then redirect. Ask them a question about their life. People love that. People love to talk about themselves. You know what I mean? So then there's the after plan. So that's our game plan during holiday events. All those things can be a part of your game plan. But after is what also really matters. So here's the truth. And I said this in the beginning. Progress isn't made or lost at one event. It's not made or lost one day. It's not even made or lost really for 1 week. It's what you do after that time that really matters. Plan can be that you drink water, you get back to your normal breakfast the next day, you move your body, not in a punishing way or to make up for calories that you've eaten, but just for the sake of moving your body, because that's the healthy thing to do. And maybe you did have a couple extra carbs and you could use it to fuel a little bit of an extra heavy squat or something along those lines. No punishing, no fasting to make up for it, because that leads to the rubber band effect where you stretch yourself so thin, you pull back so far that you just snap right back to where you were before. And that's why, 70 to 80% of diets fail, and people are right back to where they started, if not heavier. Just normal. Come back from this event normal. Normal wins every time. Consistency beats out attempted perfection every single time. So, and I want to end this with, to kind of tie it all together in a perfect little bow, is that nobody is perfect. We all have days where we overeat, we snack mindfully, or just go a little too hard at the cookie table. I know I'm guilty of that. If there's lemon bars there, I'm having one. But one day during the holidays of overeating is not going to derail your progress. It's what you do afterwards, how you react to that, that's going to matter the most. That's what counts. So give yourself some grace, get back to your routine, and keep on moving. I hope this was helpful for all of you. If anybody has any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Fitness Simplified podcast. We are stoked to have you join us on your journey to better health and fitness. If you have any questions, suggestions for future topics, or you just want to chat, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Brooke_Elysian and Facebook linked in the show notes or via our website, ElysianWomen'sWellness.com. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, we'd be thrilled if you could take a half second to leave us a 5-star rating and review so that you can help others find our show. If there was something you heard that was helpful or impactful, please screenshot, tag me, and share what it was so that we can bring you more. Plus, you'll be entered into our monthly Legion Recharge post-workout giveaway. New episodes drop every other Monday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Thanks for listening.